But I'm gonna shut up for this.
Shout out Topo Chico. Thank you, boys.
Thank you, Topo Chico.
Topo Chico. Cheers. Let's
Cheers,
go to Topo
baby.
Chico. Cheers. Yes.
So, boys.
Shout out to Topo Chico.
Alright, your mic's ready whenever you are, man. Whenever you are. We upgraded from last time from yours, man. Better audio, but. Alright, man. Twan.
Yo, Twan, how are you, bro?
I'm good, man. I'm good. Yes, sir.
Good. So tell us about yourself.
Man, what do you want to know?
What do you do?
Right now, I'm a DJ, a producer, and I throw events in Chicago. And, you know, I'm in school right now, too, at DePaul. But I'm just trying to juggle it all, brother, you know?
What really, what's it called? So, when you were back in high school, what really sparked your interest when you were in high school, though? Like, what did you think you were going to do in college?
I was all the way in on football when I was in high school. So, and, you know, I'd gotten a scholarship, so I was like, I'm going to play ball, and that was just, like, my focus, you know? I was really kind of full in on that, so.
And what did you start with? Like, what football position did you play?
I was playing linebacker.
Oh, shit.
Yeah.
And you said you went D1 too, right?
Yeah.
What school did you go to?
So I had a few offers, but the best opportunity for me, it was really close to home and stuff. Went to Valparaiso, Indiana. Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So was it like hard for you when you moved to Valparaiso? Like, was it hard to like leave home? Because you know how people
Not
just get
really,
stuck.
man. I mean, it's close to home. You know what I mean? So it's like that was the whole point of me going. It's super close. So I wasn't really tripping about that. You know?
Yeah. So we're aware that you're in the party scene, right? Not in the party scene, but the DJ night scene.
That's what they say, bro.
So how did that start? Who is Twan? How did Twan start?
So it's actually funny. So to give you some little preface, I stopped playing football because I got a job in Chicago, and I didn't really want to go back to Valpo for school, so I transferred to DePaul. But I was working downtown, and the nightlife scene kind of sparked my interest because I was like, you know, where's cool to go out? Like, what's cool? Where are the cool spots at to go out? So I went in my Google and I Googled like best places to go to, right? Like downtown Chicago.
Yeah.
So I'd go, and I wasn't even 21 at the time. I was 19, and I just try to get in, right? Like, you know, just I'm good at talking to people, so like, you know, just conversating, trying to like, you know, meet people and stuff. And I ended up actually promoting for a few venues, just working as a promoter. And then I worked my way up, and I was managing a few spots, so running the scene, running the show, and you know, and then I kind of found my passion for music, and that's when it all like changed. I was just like, man, you know, I need to focus on this. So,
did you sing, or like how did it start? Did you have your DJ set?
Do I sing?
Yeah, like did you start singing? Did you start? How did you play with it?
I mean, I was I rapped when I was in high school, and I know I made beats on my laptop, but I started taking like house music really seriously when I moved out here. Like it just like, you know, I just kind of found a really big interest for it. So
yeah, dude. I mean, that's why I'm asking. Like, what? I'm pretty sure when you first started, you were just like, what am I doing with my life, right? Like, what am I doing with the DJ stuff?
100%.
When I started taking off, when did you start seeing track with the DJ scene?
So it's actually funny how that worked. I was literally working for one of these spots out here, one of the biggest spots in Chicago, Bounce. And I left. I wasn't working with them anymore. And what had happened was I started getting booked DJing because I was DJing when I was there.
Right.
When I was working there, and they were like, kind of like, you know, we don't want you playing other venues, right? Because you work here.
Yeah.
So once I stopped working there, all these other venues were like, yo, like come DJ, and so I started just like getting booked at all these big clubs, and you know, it just started. The ones that I liked, I kept playing at, and you know, I just started to make a name for myself. So
who's your favorite DJ artist?
My favorite artist, man, that's hard. Wow, that's hard. House music artist?
House music. Overall, let's just say.
My favorite house music DJ. That's so tough, man.
Pauly D.
Pauly D, get out of here, man. No,
He's lit though.
He is. But I'm more cultured with it, you know. I have a lot of respect for guys like Michael Beebe and like Marco Carolla.
Yeah.
Maybe you don't know about, but you know, some of the best DJs in the world. In terms of production, you know, I'm big in guys like Matroda. James Hype is the shit. But yeah, man, Chami is one of my big influences. He actually is doing a show here in Chicago soon. And yeah, even you know, a big influence of mine and inspiration has been Kyle Watson. And I'm doing a show. I'm closing for him at Soundbar next month. So that's kind of a big thing for me, is, you know, kind of getting on gigs with people that like have inspired me. So it's super cool to see, you know. So
for someone to actually get into this industry, what do you have to do, like networking? Because I always hear it's not the great to make, it's the hands you shake, right?
100%. It's networking, and it's meeting the right people. Like me, when I'm in the scene, I always like look at the bigger picture of it. I look at what's going on behind the scenes, right? So, you know, there's a lot of things going on at the surface when you go into like a club or like a venue, and you see kind of all the surface area stuff, but you got to think about who's running the show, who's behind the scene making everything happen, right? And you know, once you just meet the right people, you'll figure it out. Like I kind of made it a point of mine to, you know, meet the right people. Put yourself in the position to be talking to the owners and the guys and the managers and the people that run the show, because that's how you're gonna meet the right people to put you in the position to succeed. You know. That's
smart. Was it tough for you to get in that scene at first?
100%. Yeah, there's a lot of haters and there's a lot of people that are gonna try to knock you down, and you know, nobody's gonna want to see you just succeed off rip. So you're gonna piss people off. And I pissed people off, but at the end of the day, you know, I'm staying true to my craft and what I'm doing, and people respect it, right? So,
did you have like love for your friends, from your parents, or how did, you know, because you said there's haters out there, what did your friends think when you got into this industry? They were like, oh, another kid?
I mean, like my friends?
Yeah, like your friends.
No, I mean, they weren't like, nobody was upset. People, like, you know, if anything, it was like an overwhelming, like a lot of people hitting me up trying to get this and that from me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of that, and I mean, that it is what it is, you know?
Yeah.
You're still into party promoting soon, right?
Yeah, well, promoting, yeah. I mean, I throw events, so I'm hosting a lot of events, and you know, whether I DJ them or not, I'm just throwing the events, throwing the parties.
How do celebrities hit you up? Who's like the biggest celebrity that's hit you up?
The biggest celebrity that's hit me up, man, that's tough. What do you look at as a celebrity? Like rich and famous, or what?
No, let's say like mainstream. What mainstream people like look as a celebrity? Like, let's say Drake is like a huge mainstream celebrity.
Yeah. So Drake, we actually were planning a show with him, after party this summer, and he's gonna be at the United Center. And man, you know, it's been a lot of people. Like I did an after party for Post Malone. He was in town, so I'm cool with Dre London, his manager, and you know, kind of just off that relationship, you know, connected to Post. And then a lot of athletes, a lot of Chicago athletes, like Bears and Bulls players, Sox players, you know, every team in Chicago, you know. So I've been hit up and hang out with a lot of these guys. So just from being in the mix, you know.
So who was the first like celebrity that hit you up
to come out?
Yeah.
It's actually hilarious, man. It's a funny story. I was not even 21 at the time, and I brought out Jabari Parker. One of my buddies was like cool with him, and he like was like trying to go out, so we went out to the clubs, and I brought him out and kind of, you know, hosted him for a night or two, and then you know, it's funny, like 2 years later, he still pops out in Chicago, and like, you know, I'm still seeing him, and it's just funny, you know.
Hell yeah. So how did you get like recognized with that? Like, did the words just start spreading out, or?
With what, like in terms of like booking tables and in the nightlife scene?
Yeah, like you're that guy. Like,
man, I kind of put myself in those shoes. You know, I put myself in that situation, just kind of book it, just being that person to go to. Like, obviously, I marketed it like, hey, I work for these places and I'm doing this and that, and so, you know, a lot of people would hit me up to go out for tables, for this and that. And then, you know, just in the Chicago scene, things are really close. So when you're running at these top venues, when you're running the show and you're running the scenes, you're going to be dealing with all the top, like, celebrities, people that come through Chicago, you know what I mean? So, yeah.
So when did you realize, like, this was an actual thing you could do? Like, when was this, like, a big, oh, shit, like, I'm actually doing this?
I mean, probably, man, once I started like managing at venues, and then, once I was managing places and throwing the parties and kind of on the behind the back end scene,
right?
You know, then you deal with all the I don't know, important people and just like,
right.
You know, all the situations,
So what was like the craziest thing you've seen in this night scene?
Man,
the funniest, at least.
Yeah, that's a really tough question. That just fucked me up. But the funniest, man. There's a lot of funny people. I'll give it that.
Who's the coolest though that you met? The coolest celebrity?
The coolest celebrity. The coolest celebrity in Chicago, in my opinion, I'll give it to my boy Justin Fields.
Let's go.
He's such a homie, down to earth, you know, QB1, respect.
Are the Bears gonna take the Super Bowl anytime soon?
I 100% believe so. And if I asked him right now, he'd say the same.
He's the guy. No, he's the guy.
He is that guy, you know?
He is 100%. And just like I said, with celebrities, who's the one that put you on? Who's the one that actually like put you in the position where you are?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't think anybody put me where I am, like but myself, right? Like just grinding and working up the ranks, right? I couldn't like credit somebody specifically.
100%.
But you know, I credit my friends, right? I credit guys like Merk, who's here. I credit guys like Kush Poppy, you know?
Yeah.
Like my boys who support me, like those are my guys, and like, you know, they're in their own lane doing their own things, but like, you know, they show love to me, and you know, it's just that's my gang. So
that's 100%. Merk, we always say grateful for Merk, man. And we had a like hopped on a little guy's podcast, right, and just make friends, just networking, right? And I really appreciate Merk, and just like you two having on. That's why I'm just like, is there anyone that really like put you in the position you are in? You know, that was pretty much the question. But yeah, still on that question, what's the craziest thing you've seen?
Man. I don't know. I definitely do not think it's appropriate for this podcast. But
let's say the PG version.
Yeah, there really isn't any PG version out here. You know what I mean? Mark, you feel me? It's just like there's no PG. Yeah, man. I don't know. That's a funny question. That's the one that I can't really. I don't know how to answer 100%.
So, how does it feel to be that guy that celebrities hit up when they come to Chicago? Like, yo, what's the word? How does that feel?
At 23, yeah.
I mean, dude, it's it is what it is. You know what I mean? Like, just if you have the connections and if you have the will to make it happen, you can make it happen. You know what I mean? So. Build that reputation. I just tried to build that reputation that, you know, when you come rock with me, it's going to be a good time in Chicago. This is our city. It's my city. We know what to do. We know what we're doing. You know, so when people that are touring, like Post Malone or Drake or any of these guys that are touring, you know, the world, like, and they're coming to Chicago, they know who they know who they're going to hit up to rock with. So, you know.
Hell yeah.
So what was the funnest people that you've taken out in the city of Chicago? You know?
Honest, man, I would probably say, definitely athletes, group of athletes, you know what I mean? Like, one of the sports teams for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
That's lit though. Anyone in the future that you want to work with, like a future athlete that you would want to work with?
Me, man, I'm cool. I'm cool with anybody, you know. There's not really anybody that I specifically am like trying to work with. Definitely, it'd be cool to meet whatever, like cool people. Yeah, it's always cool to meet cool people, but there's nobody really I'm looking to like work with or have hit me up. I really don't care, you know.
Right.
Yeah.
And then,
so how do brands go about reaching you? Like, cause I know you work with a lot of brands. How do they like reach you?
It's pretty wild. I mean, I'm connected here where we are right now. If y'all don't know, we're at the Gold Coast Deli. My buddy owns this place. He owns the market, Gold Coast Market, which is right across the street. But he is connected with a lot of brands, and just through our friendship and him knowing and supporting me, you know, a lot of these brands, they take notice of what I'm doing, and I've had the pleasure to build great relationships with them, and they take notice of what you're doing. Like, people will take notice. Whatever you're doing in your life, in your lane, people will take notice, and if it's big enough and if it's cool enough, you know, people are going to want to get involved and get on board. And so I've had a lot of brands just come out of the woodworks, random, just hit me up like, hey, like, let's do this, let's do that. We're not, you know, it's whatever.
Oh, yeah. So what do your parents think about that? About like the lifestyle you're living, your job, all that
They
type of stuff?
definitely don't understand it, that's for sure. I mean, like, my parents, they don't really get it 100%, but like, you know, they're supportive of what I do, and they know that it's big. Like, they see, like, you know, I had my mom and dad come to the House of Blues, and all these big shows that I'll do, they'll come to. And, you know, they've seen me play in front of 1,000 people. Like, they know that it's regular, it's just what we do, so.
Yeah.
with the 818 tequila, how did that start?
Again, here, the Gold Coast boys, they introduced me to the brand, and I've just had a great relationship with them, and we've collaborated on a few events now, and it's a good relationship, you know.
Did you meet the Kardashians or?
No, dude, not yet, man, not yet. Soon, for sure.
That was like my big question, because I know who was the one that wants it? Chloe?
Kendall Jenner.
Kendall.
She was over at Gold Coast Market. She's been there. She's signed bottles too for them. They work,
right,
very close.
So let's get into this. What are like the perks of being in the night scene though? Like, I'm pretty sure girls hit you up like, yo Twan,
yes,
yo Twan.
Yes, so that, obviously that, and being able to take care of people and hook them up and set them up and stuff like that. I mean, personally, the biggest perk for me is just being able to go places and just be like, I know I can go somewhere. I know somebody that's gonna set me up, make sure I'm taken care of, right?
So for someone starting up, how do you make those connections? Do you just have to be well spoken?
Put yourself in the scene, and like I've had people be like, "Oh, like that's bullshit." Like, you know, I'll go out and nothing happens. Like, you put yourself in the scene and really try to figure things out. Try to figure what's going on around you, what's going on.
Yeah, like don't get too sloshed.
Yeah, don't get too sloshed.
Yeah.
Don't get caught up. You know what I mean?
Right.
Figure out what's going on. Meet people. Who's running the scene? Who's out here making money? That everybody's out here spending money to have a good time. So who's running the show? And then, you know, for me, you know, you just meet people. You know, and I have a lot of great friendships and relationships in this city that I've been blessed to like just be in the mix, to like meet the right people. But definitely it's just about putting yourself in that situation. Like, there was a lot of times where I'd go out to some of these places that now I'm like this with. I'd go out to these places and be like, I'm not even 21. I'm just trying to like meet like who runs this place. Like, how can I like get in here, and how can we be friends, and how can we like make money, and how can we do this and that? Yeah. So.
So how was that? Like the first like promoter job you got? Like, how did you feel when you got that?
I'll be 100% honest with you. When I first started doing it, I only was in it. I wasn't really in it to like be where I'm at now. I didn't know where it was going. But I did it, and I was doing it because it made me look cool. first and only reason that I did it is because, you know, when you are pulling up and pull up to the club and, you know, the guy knows you and you're boom, right, you're in. Whoever you're with, you're in. And people are waiting in a long line and, you know, you get set up at a table and they send a bunch of bottles. I had people look at me like, who are you?
The
like,
girls come up, man.
Who are you?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
it's like, I mean, we're 19 years old and I know the right people. 20 years old, bro. I know the right people.
Yeah.
Right? So, yeah, man.
That's lit.
I just did it at first to like look cool for girls and for people. Just like, you know what I mean? Like people would be like, oh, Twan's so connected. He knows. And I like took a little pride in that, like going out and like taking care of everybody and like making sure like, you know, everybody's good and like, you know, having those connections. It helped me look good. Helped me look like I knew what the fuck I was doing. And I was like, you know, so
would you say people started acting different once they saw that?
100%. Yeah, I got a different level of respect, and people also would just be hitting me up. Once I started doing what I'm doing, everybody hits me up for stuff, right? And I get it, but it's like if you're not my friend, you know, you know how that is, man. Yeah. It's like people come out of the woodworks for stuff, and it's crazy.
So, like with balancing life and balancing school and what you're doing now, how does that take a toll on your mental health? And how do you cope with that? That shit's tough, man. Come on.
Yeah, it's really tough, bro. You're right. It's hard, man. It's very hard.
People don't understand it. They think our generation's soft, but what you're doing right now, and still a student, fuck that, bro.
It's not easy.
People take away that.
It's not easy, man. And yeah, I'm glad you brought a light to that because not enough people talk about that. But 100%, yeah, it's not easy. But for me, I'm just zoned in on what I'm doing. I'm so zoned in.
Yeah, but how do you deal with like when you feel stressed or when you know
when I'm stressed?
When you're stressed, how do you get over that obstacle to keep grinding it out?
That's a great fucking question. Hold on, boys. When I'm stressed,
a quick zap.
You know what I'm saying? A quick zap.
There we go.
That's what's going on, man.
It's cool though. It's cool. I'm just saying. 23.
This is gonna be on LinkedIn.
What is?
This is on.
Oh, this is not LinkedIn. No.
Oh my
no.
Hell yeah. Have you gotten any brand deals with weed?
No, I've had brands hit me up. I've had weed brands hit me up.
Yeah.
I just got hit up by a weed brand this past weekend. Stizzy, you know Stizzy?
Yeah.
It's a new weed brand. They did a pop-up in the West Loop, a Shy, and they had Loud Luxury DJing, and they wanted me to open up. Man, super last second, but it's random. You know what I mean? I haven't really locked in with any particular, but I'm open to working with anybody, you know. So.
Hell yeah. So I know you said you were doing a party for Drake next week, right?
This summertime.
This summer?
Yeah.
Are you gonna DJ for him?
Dude, that's a next level question. I hope so. I don't know, man. Who knows?
That would be raw. DJing Drake's party.
Yeah,
dude, you'd be a legend if you DJ'd at Drake's party. That young?
It is what it is, man. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if it happened. So.
But when you go back to your hometown, what do people say? Like the love's fucking phenomenal. I bet you it is. But is there people that just want the wrong things from you?
Dude, I mean, there's a lot of people that want the wrong things from me, but I don't really go back to my hometown a lot. You know, my parents, they don't live there no more.
Oh shit.
So it's not like a.
You moved them up?
Nah, I mean they moved downtown.
Oh yo.
Yeah, they moved to the city, and you know, we did a lot. My dad did a lot of stuff in Lake Geneva. So he lives out there. So, you know, they're just not in the suburbs and they're not in the hometown. So I don't really go back there. I only go back there every once in a while, like drive by like where I played football and reminisce and shit, but nothing too deep. I don't go out there to hang.
Did you think you were gonna go pro back in high school when you were playing D1?
Hell yeah. Come on, man. What do I look like?
Jeez.
I'm not a bitch. What am I gonna sit here? No, I didn't think. Of course I did. That's what I wanted. That's what I always wanted. But you know, if you don't want that, then what are you even playing? What are you playing for? Like, if you're gonna play college football and you don't, and that's not your goal, you're not even playing college football.
Those are facts.
You know what I'm saying?
Life, yeah.
Like
yeah.
you're there to compete, and if you compete and you're one of the best, then you go to the league.
That's right.
So that's the way I looked at it. You get in, you get to D1, you get to that level, and if you're one of the best, then you get recruited to the NFL.
Hell yeah.
So that was obviously a goal of mine, but man, that shit is tough.
I mean, regardless of that, now you're in this scene. What's your end goal? Where do you want to see yourself in 5 years? You want to make it yours, I know that, but what?
Yeah, it's gonna look a lot different. I'll tell you right now. In 5 years, it's gonna look a lot different. And this is gonna be a legendary podcast by then. I'm telling you, because not only because of y'all, but this moment right here, me saying this, 5 years from now, it's gonna look a lot different. And I'm gonna sample what I'm saying right now. Actually, no, I'm kidding. But for real, I'm being serious because man, we're really taking over. Like everything we're doing, we just have a lot of motion, and I'm just continuing to try to drop music and do cool stuff. And with time, we're gonna build something that's amazing, and haven't 100% figured out what it is yet. But I'm going to tell you right now, it's going to be big. You know what I mean? We're between the collective that I have, all the people that I have involved in what I'm doing, we're forming something that's going to be massive,
Let's go.
And so 5 years from now, I'm going to be not in the position I'm in now. That's kind of like the hands-on, throwing the parties, doing this and that. Like I'm going to be behind the scenes, right? I'm just going to see somebody else like me that's doing this, right?
Yeah.
That's my goal, is to be the person that runs it. I want to be an owner. I want to have my own company and own my own venue and be on the behind the scenes stuff,
So for running a team, how do you do that? How do you choose a person you want on your team?
Just, man, it's tough. You have to be connected. You have to know people. You have to know how to work. You have to know a lot of people.
Yeah.
In Chicago, it's not about what you know. It's about who you know. If you know people in this city, it can take you a long way. Crazy long way. So, and I've said that a fucking few times in this podcast already, but it's true.
So back to the 5-year question, who you're gonna be in the future. Are you still gonna DJ in the future?
I was thinking about that. I was like, if I don't get crazy, don't blow up or anything soon, man, then for me it's I'm always gonna DJ, but it's just about what I prioritize in my life, right? I have priorities just like anybody else, man. So for me, DJing's been taking up so much of my time because it's been I've been getting motion, right? So when you're getting motion in something in life, you want to exert more time into it, right? So that's kind of where I'm at. But at the end of the day, I'm not gonna be 40, 50 years old DJing. I mean, if I am, it'll be a lot less. It'll be seldomly. I'll be playing parties, and it'll be a lot harder to get me out for sure. But it's a passion I have. So am I gonna ever stop DJing? No. I love it too much to ever stop. You know what I mean? I'll be an old man DJing.
Like Steve Aoki, right?
Oh, you
straight up,
yeah.
Dude,
yeah, Steve Aoki goes crazy.
Yeah, I mean, man, you don't stop. You don't stop. If you're good at it, you don't stop.
Yeah, you gotta get a trademark. How Steve Aoki gets
the cakes.
I've been thinking about it. I don't know, man. One of my buddies, actually, I'm gonna give him a shout out, Chester Fields. He's a good producer, DJ, one of my good friends. But he brings donuts to his sets.
Justin Fields?
No, Chester Fields.
Oh, Chester Fields.
But he brings Dunkin' Donuts to his sets, and it's so funny, man. Just seeing people it's just hilarious.
Does he throw them out to people?
I mean, he just hands them out, kind of. He's not a dick about it. He just is here you go.
They're raving, and then the donuts come out.
Donuts coming in.
Calm down, take a
yeah, 100%.
That's just funny.
Yeah, dude, it's legit. I mean, but I felt that. I was that's a legit that's your that's your thing.
Yeah, that's cool.
You know what I mean? You found your thing. That's dope. I love it.
And what's it called? So, do you want to stay in Chicago, or what do you want to do? Do you want to make it your city?
I was thinking about that recently, and yeah, I mean, 100% right now, I'll tell you, I'm not leaving anytime soon. well, we got too much going on to leave, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm definitely gonna keep things going. I don't plan on leaving here anytime soon.
100%.
But down the line, yes, you know, my end goal. I'm not gonna stay in Chicago forever. I'll always come back to Chicago, but I'm never gonna stay. I can't stay here forever. I want to move out west, or just somewhere that's warm at some point, you know.
No, I asked because like everyone has dreams, right? It might be stupid, sounds stupid, right? Like me, I told him I wanna own Michael Jordan's house, and I think I will own Michael Jordan's house, like the one he has here in Highland Park, right? It's good. It's that goes.
Michael Jordan's house?
Yeah, the one in Highland Park.
With the 23 gate?
Yeah.
Oh, that shit's fire.
Yeah, dude. And like the thing is, it's not. I don't think it's cockiness. No matter what anyone says, you're determined to get it, right? Just set the dream so big and like just go at it, bro.
100%.
You just can't. Like you said, you just can't stop.
100%.
So do you think there's like a Twan in Miami?
Oh hell yeah.
Dude, I've been looking up. There's you're saying like somebody with the name Twan or
No.
somebody like me?
Somebody like
hell yeah, bro. There's definitely come on, man.
Twan in Miami.
Of course.
Would you ever like? I feel like it's like, you know how cartels fight for territory.
Mm-hmm.
Like if you go over there, you guys are gonna be beefing and shit. Like,
Dude, that's how it is.
it is.
Yeah.
Damn.
Holy crap! Can you
People
talk about that?
People are very territorial, and I'll tell you that even in Chicago, it's like that. If you get in somebody's space, like it's stuff I can't even talk about right now. But like I'll tell you right now, like if you step on the wrong people's toes, people will come for you in the city, bro.
Oh shit!
Hell yeah. People are jealous. People are very territorial about their stuff. So if you can rub people the wrong way for sure. I fucking did.
Holy crap! Yeah.
Damn. I mean, well, yeah. Chicago's a beautiful city, but it also has those dark sides too for it.
It does, man. That's a fact.
But no, I just asked you like if you wanted to own the city in the nightlife. But what's the biggest bar? What's your best club you'd like to perform at? Have you performed in Tao?
So I played in the restaurant at Tao. I got booked in the club too. No, it's not Tao. My favorite place to play in Chicago is Spy Bar or Sound Bar. Those are the two most cultured house music venues in the city. Depends about what you like, right? If you like rap music, right?
Yeah.
You're gonna go to Tao. You're gonna go to Bounce.
Right.
You know.
What about the Latino bars?
Latino spots, man. Who has a great Latin presence right now is Rock Bar in Chicago.
Yeah.
And I'll say Bodega too. Yeah. Yeah, man. I'm working on a big Latin party right now.
Jeez.
So yeah, biggest Cinco de Mayo party in Chicago.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Any like reggaeton artists are gonna come in, or do you want to work
We're working on the lineup right now. So
shit.
Yeah.
Cause I know J Balvin, Bad Bunny, bro. Come on, like bitches go crazy for that shit.
Man, come on, that's we could only hope something like that. Yeah.
How the girls like though in Chicago?
They're crazy. I mean, they're wild, man. Yeah.
I'm gonna get shit on for this, but dude, I wanna have like whatever I have, but a daughter, man, at this time,
Tough.
it's tough.
I know. Yeah, I think about that too, man. You're not alone in that thought.
Like the way, like I'm gonna love her forever, and I'm gonna hurt anyone that touches her. But the way we think
is fucked up.
It's fucked up, bro.
Yeah, man.
And I'm just like, I don't know, man.
It's gonna suck for people to like look at your daughter and be like, damn, she bad.
Oh, bro.
I'm gonna get so mad.
That's the most horrible thing, bro. That fuck. Just to think of.
She'll be crazy. Could you imagine? Oh my gosh, man. Yeah, that's why I'm like hoping that I have a boy. Like if I want to have a kid, I want a boy, right?
Oh yeah.
But like, think about it. Like, what if you have a girl? You're gonna be like pissed. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm gonna be like low key, like.
That was gonna be tough though. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah, we can't lie. You can't lie on
But you're not thinking about families right anytime soon, right?
No, man. I got too busy right now.
When do you think you would want to start a family?
Hopefully when I'm in my 30s, you know, when I'm older.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. And so I lost a year in college, right? I'm not particularly going to graduate till next year. I'm class of 2018, just like you. When are you going to graduate?
When am I going to graduate? I took a year off during COVID. My parents got sick, so I was taking care of them and stuff. But yeah, man, I pretty much, hopefully in the next year.
Next year?
Yeah, but I'm so busy with what I'm doing that it's hard to. It's I'm focused. I'm prioritizing everything, right? So I'm busy with work. I'm doing this and that, DJing. So I'm taking less classes, but with time.
I like that because I feel like I like to stay busy, right? School, work, podcasts and stuff. It's time consuming, but I like it, right? I'd rather do that than be fucking in my house doing nothing.
Yeah,
I feel like my time. Yeah.
Exactly. You're doing what you want to do, right?
Yeah.
So that's what's most important. So.
Did you always know that you wanted more?
What?
Like, did you always know at a young age that you wanted more for yourself? Like, you just wanna achieve, accomplish.
Yeah, I mean, I knew that because I was never satisfied.
Because you're so humble, bro. Like, for 23 doing what you're doing, I feel like you're too humble for what? Because I'm like, what you're doing is amazing.
Yeah, well, I appreciate you saying that.
Yeah.
Giving me my flowers. It's nice. But, bro, I'm going to be honest. Like, people, they look at me and they're like this cocky motherfucker. Like, there's always somebody
That's
that
their
wants
insecurities, though.
Yeah, it is. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, I can't change that.
You gotta keep going.
At the end of the day, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is.
But do you think, like, from what you do you think you have to be a little cocky? Because, like,
you do. You have to be confident.
Yeah.
You got to be confident, and very you got to put your foot down with a lot of people and let them know you're not fucking around. But at the end of the day, I'll tell you right now, it doesn't give you a reason to act like, oh, I'm the shit, I'm this and that. I don't want to be somebody like that. Like, I want to be somebody that's just like loving, nice, kind. I want to be known as that kind, good person. But at the end of the day, even in this city, in this world, it'll get you hurt being the nice, Mr. Nice guy, But it's that median of finding that in between of, being nice and also like standing up for yourself and what you do and what you deserve and, moving correctly.
Right.
Making sure everybody respects you and what you're doing.
I love that. No, that's 100% facts. I feel like the confidence, you need that shit. Especially at a young age, bro. You need the confidence, and it's not cockiness. It's their insecurities that they're scared that you're in a position that they're not.
And you'll upset people, but you'll also impress people. And you'll also surprise people. You'll be like, oh, I didn't know he's like that.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
You know?
It's crazy, bro. The world's crazy, and people are just doing it for anything, right? Just because you're doing something they can.
100%.
Yeah, and like I just said, just too humble about it, but you just explain yourself, right? Because, dude, what you're doing is amazing. Sponsorship by this, you're doing a nice thing in the city, right? Like, fuck, bro. I'm 23. I'm nowhere near where you're at, right?
But man, what you're doing is it's different. It's your lane. There's my lane and there's your lane. And this podcast is amazing, bro. You guys keep doing this and keep, you know what I mean? Keep leveling up. Just meeting everybody, bro. Interviewing and talking to everybody that's famous, cool, And anybody that I'm connected with or cool with, let me know. You guys seem really genuine and cool, so I'm a supporter for sure now.
And what would be your advice to like a person that wanted to be in this industry?
Be in what industry?
In the DJ industry, the night scene.
Music.
The music.
Okay, so you gotta understand what you're asking me, right?
Yeah.
There's a music industry, which is the DJ and producer, whatever, that industry, or you're talking about like nightlife.
In the nightlife.
In the nightlife industry.
Yeah.
So what I would say, if you're really young, maybe you can do it for a year or two, few years. But if you're not really young, then don't because it's not a good environment. It's a very toxic environment. I even told myself before I started managing at one of these venues, I said I'm never gonna work in the industry again. Right? I'm done. Right? And then I got an offer for X amount, and I was like, well, I can't say no to that right now.
Right.
Right?
Yeah.
So I'm right back in it. but just 'cause the money's money. You're gonna get big money. You get big money in that industry, but it's just about the environment that you're in and the longevity. You know, I see people who burn out and older in that industry, and it just doesn't end well. You want to be in an industry that's you can see longevity in. You know what I mean? Like,
right.
Do you see yourself working in a club in 20 years, 10 years?
If you're asking me personally, my end goal, let's just say I'm 45 and I become successful, I do want to own a nightclub myself. Own a nightclub.
I said work in.
No.
Exactly. Because you're talking my language.
Yeah.
Owning, that's what you want to do. You want to be the guy on the equity side, the one that's making the money, that runs the show.
Yeah.
You don't want to be working in it. You don't want to be one of the employees, right? And I'm going to get shit for this. I'm tweaking. I'm not hating on anybody, right? But at the end of the day, this is just my opinion about like my career and what I'm doing. So.
Celebrity hits you up like, why is Twan an asset to hit up when they're like in Chicago?
There we go.
Because I'm gonna show them a good time. You know what I mean? Like I know where people want to go. All I need to do is talk to somebody for like 2 seconds and I'll figure out where they're gonna have fun, where they want to go. They're gonna have fun at, right? So
you have to read the person right then when I'm hearing, right?
Yeah, I mean, it's just like a few questions. What kind of music do you like? Like, what kind of vibe do you like? You know, stuff like that. And people kind of let you know. And man, like I know everybody. And if I don't know somebody that is working at a venue or whatever, then I can tell you this much: I'm a phone call away from knowing somebody, right?
Yeah.
So whether I know somebody or not, I can call somebody that will hook somebody out. It's just,
right.
It's very close city and industry.
Have you always been well spoken, or is that a skill you had to learn?
I learned it over time. Yeah. I was like definitely. I definitely was always pretty well spoken, but I learned to like control myself a lot more. Obviously, like with age, you figure it out. But like,
100%.
Man, these past couple of years, like I've done a lot of I've been reckless. Like you're a reckless person, figuring it all out and having all this everything at your disposal. It's just like pretty crazy. But yeah, I mean, I've definitely learned from my mistakes in certain aspects and areas, and yeah, I'm starting to figure it out, which is nice.
And when you were 18, graduated, did you think you were going to be the position you are now? Or maybe even 6 months ago, did you think you were going to be here now?
No, not at all. Even I thought about like some of the shows that I've done, and it's like getting these shows that I've done. Like I never thought I was ever going to get anything like I've done. Never. Blow my mind.
Jeez. You're here now, right? Fuck it, bro. Fucking to the top now.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude. Do you have anything more to add?
So about the party promoting, like where do you see yourself like with the party promoting in 5 years? Do you think you'll stop being a promoter and focus on like throwing parties, having a business at those parties, or like what do you think about that?
For me, it's all about what makes sense and what I want to do and like doing and enjoy doing. So like throwing the parties, man, like it's gonna be something. I'm always gonna be throwing events and hosting parties and stuff. You know what I mean? For a long time, at least. And that's just because I like doing it and it's fun. It brings all my people together and it's a good time. So.
And let me ask you this: what's the craziest purchase you bought yourself for yourself? Right? Sometimes you gotta be selfish. So what's the craziest thing you bought for yourself?
For myself.
For yourself.
Not selfish. You're treating yourself.
You're treating yourself for your hard work.
Like craziest?
Craziest, personally for you. You think it's your craziest thing you ever bought?
Could it be like, what is it, material?
It could be material, anything, yeah.
Could be anything?
Anything you want.
Yeah. I was not
no, mine too, and I'm gonna ask you the question I always ask people. What's your advice to a 20-year-old?
Man, so my advice for a 20-year-old is definitely take a deep breath Be calm and just do what you want to do. Follow your heart, follow your passion, follow what you want to do, and work hard. And don't let anybody tell you you can't do this, you can't do that. You can really do whatever you want in this life. Follow your passion, and don't take no for an answer, and just work hard. Don't get too worried about where you're going to be in 5 years. Set goals and have dreams, but don't stress yourself out about what you're doing and where you're going to be and this and that. Just trust the process and work hard and do what you want to do, and then everything is going to come full circle in this world. So
let's go and just shout out your socials, man. Where can they reach you at? Where can they contact you?
You can contact me. I'm at successful_Twan. So yeah, successful Twan.
Let's go.
Yes, sir.
Thank you for hopping on, bro.
Shout out
Thank you
Topo
for
Chico.
having me.
Shout out Topo Chico.
Let's go.
Topo Chico. Cheers.
Cheers.
Guys.
Yo, dude, that was lit, bro.
Yeah, that was
Good shit, bro.
Great question.